Alright, as you know, we properly named the forum for a reason. And this time we're talking about games. What is it?
Past, present, and future review. We really can't do a proper future review, but it's just his point of view of the game is coming out of what you like. But me, I'm reviewing a past game. It's actually 4 games in it, but I'm just going to review it because, like, I looked it up the other day to see what people thought about it. And the games in which I'm inquiring about are Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10. All of them, I think, are good games. Some are better. But a lot of people and everyone who I've seen that played 8, they like bash 8. And 8 is like the misfit child that was never supposed to be had. No, real talk. And the thing that they said about 8 is, the junction system makes it worse. I hate that you got to draw out magic and you got to junction your magic to your stats to make it better. And that's basically the biggest knock on 8. But I'm here because I want everyone who this 8 to listen to this, because all the ones that this 8 like 7, and in order to use magic on 7, you have to have the material. Now, yes, your material does grow, you do get the luxury of having it grow, but in order to use that magic, you have to equip that magic. You can't just use it outright, you have to equip it. You have to junction your magic to your weapon. Does this sound familiar? Yes, it does. Now, when you junction material to your weapon, it increases certain things and also decreases some things. Like you can, junction some material, and that some material may decrease your health. It may increase your attack power. Every time you junction a material on 7, it does something to your stats. I don't smell no food. With that said, it sounds so familiar because it's the same thing that you're doing in Final Fantasy 8. And if you're going to knock Final Fantasy 8 from doing it, you have to knock Final Fantasy 7 from doing it. Plain and simple. You're doing the exact same thing. So, me personally, I like Final Fantasy. I think it's better than what people give it credit for. And to be truly honest, to everybody who's played 7, had you played 8 before you played 7, you would have liked 8 better. I think because 7 came out first and it was so groundbreaking, you was expecting a sequel to 7. Everybody wanted a sequel to 7. Everybody still wants a sequel to 7. Which is why anything that comes out after 7 is already held on a pedestal. So a lot of people are going to hate it anyway, because it's not Final Fantasy 7. With that said, that just shows that you don't have an open mind. Now, if 8 hadn't been Final Fantasy 7, we wouldn't be sitting here talking this conversation, because everybody who liked 7 would like 8. Now on to Final Fantasy 9, which is another game which doesn't get a lot of pull. And I like because Final Fantasy 7. And I like Final Fantasy 9. I thought Final Fantasy 9, it did something that Square used to do. It went back to, before Final Fantasy 7, before 6, where it was like, maybe it's a little kiddie to some people, but I liked it. It was a refreshing thing to go back and do that as the last game on PlayStation. And they did it real well. Great graphics, great story, great game. So all 3 of them games, 7, 8, and 9, they have to be given a chance. I prefer 8 better because I think that out of all those, the storyline in 8 was so much compelling and so much better, and it really deserves more pull. Now, Final Fantasy 10 on PlayStation 2. We're not going to mention 10-2 because 10-2 is not a game. I like it, but it sucks. It's not an RPG. It's an action-adventure quest game. So but this is like RPG trash. Okay. But Final Fantasy X was an okay game. But a lot of people praise this game to be like one of the greatest games ever. And in reality, it's nowhere near. It's an okay game. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people want character development. the game is not even long enough to have character development. You can literally beat Final Fantasy X in one day.
I did.
There is no character development in that game. That game is atrocious as far as character development goes. The graphics on it are beautiful.
Some of the best, even for games. Man.
Yeah, but even some games now don't even look as good as Final Fantasy X. And the gameplay wise, as far as like fighting and stuff, it was very good. But the grid was downright horrible. Because it took away all the uniqueness from the character, because when you get to the middle of the game, after the first 4 hours of playing, everybody on the grid is damn near full, so basically everybody does the same thing.
So you can pretty much pick the characters on their look.
And as far as like the characters that you get to play with, some of them shouldn't even be in the game. You could have did without. Like, I never played with. How do you go through? I've never went to a Final Fantasy game without playing with every single character. 10, I never played with Komari. He's useless. Only time I played with Waka was because they made me. What's the chick with the Conceal? What is her name? Riku was worthless too. She's worthless. And the main character is atrocious. The only reason I even remotely play with Titus is because I have to. It's his game. So I have to play with him. But other than that, I like Lulu, but the moment Yuna learns black magic, she's useless. It's like no point in using her whatsoever. So she basically gets thrown on the shelf because of the grid system. And I think the grid does it no justice. The AIs have no role in the game because you have to fight all of them.
They're giving shields.
That's all they are, shields. They're nothing. So, and then only one person can use them anyway, so it was a good game. It's overrated to the extent that people think that it's like the greatest game ever because it's nowhere near.
People think that, man, because of visual effects.
Basically. And it's not that good of a game, I must say. The next game on the list, we're going to the present game, and with a lot of people believe it would be game of the year, and I honestly think after seeing it being played, I would do it, and it is Resident Evil.
Yeah. Resident Evil 5, multiplayer game. The few things about Resident Evil 5 that I like is the story in Resident Evil 5 was great. Yeah, we co-op a lot on there, so I can keep the story of Resident Evil 5 was great. It went back to a lot of the stuff that a lot of the loose ends they left out before 4. Because 4 doesn't really have much relationship to the main character.
And if you watch Regeneration, the movie, it also patches up things for that too.
Like, I mean, Resident Evil 5 is like the glue that's holding the franchise together, I feel. The multiplayer is online, so you can play with people all over the place or whatever. The graphics are amazing. Like, the CGI in this game is award-winning, I think.
The co-op system is one of the most amazing co-op systems I've seen in a while. Now, there have been some good ones in the past, and there have been some ones that just suck. But this one is an amazing co-op system. I mean, if your partner is dying, you have a certain amount of time to get over to them and save them. They won't get that much health back, but they'll get enough to survive. They have team finisher moves where you hit them so many times and then you get a finisher move together. This